So we're back again, and guess what? I'm going to show you why I made the previous video called The Bald Experience, and why it's titled that. Because, take a good look at it again. Well, like I said before, just needed to shave it, start all over again, and it'll be a crazy afro again. I love it. Love those afros, man. Just needed to start over once again. But anyway, let's take a look at this person's channel. So this is what he was talking about here. See that? And what is that called? What is that called? Probably should have done this inside out. But you can see it, take a good look. That called. So the videos are called, Is Cultural Appropriating Really an Issue, and Why Do Certain People Worry About It? The other video is called White Female Rapper Goes In on Insecure Black Women, because you saw that she had braids in the video, right? You saw that. And that's a man named Tommy Sotomayor's video. You just have to look it up yourself. And yeah, so I was watching those videos, and I'm thinking, so I already started shaving my head already. And then I'm thinking that came at a good time, those videos. Those were yesterday. Both of those were that came at a good time. I'm thinking, you know what? Cultural appropriation doesn't even exist at all. It doesn't exist. That does not exist. Not a thing. So one interesting thing he said in one of those videos, he mentioned something like, because the other guy he got on there, he was talking to him. He said he went to Japan and all that stuff, and he had to assimilate into that culture wearing their garments. And Thomas, his response to that, or his question to that was, isn't that a sign of respect? And the guy said yes. And I would make an addition to say, not only just respect, but it's also a sign of trust. If you look like them, they don't have to worry about you. So get upset that somebody's wearing your stuff is kind of stupid. It's sad. It's pretty upset. I don't know how you could get mad at somebody when you're able to trust them, maybe. Well, maybe you can't trust them. You can't trust anybody. But on average, I would say it looks like a sign of trust. Not just respect, but also trust. It makes it look like you're on their side. You people don't make any sense. You want people to accept you, but at the same time, you're afraid of somebody taking over, as you like to put it. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know. If you think about it, the stuff you have in the house, you didn't build that stuff. You didn't build that house. Somebody else did that. So by those judgments that you made, we could say that we're technically appropriating everything. This cell phone I'm holding, I didn't build this cell phone. I did not build this cell phone. I didn't. Am I culturally appropriating? I would say not. This is a way for all of us to connect to each other. Okay, I think that's why they call it society. We're being social. We are sociable creatures. We're part of this thing called the animal kingdom. And we are a human species person. You'd be like, oh, how dare you try to give us facts about what we are and blah, 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 blah. I got to get a hold of myself sometimes. I can't help it. I like to be silly a lot of the time. Listen, is shaving my head sexual appropriation? Because usually dudes do it, or rather I'll call them men. Men do it. You would have to do it if they needed to operate on your skull, wouldn't you? You people are silly. They're cute. You guys are cute. You're like little babies, little tickly little things, little rubber duckies. You're like bath toys. You're squeaky, and all you do is squeak. You only know how to squeak. Squeak, squeak, rubber ducky, quack, quack. That's what you're doing. They're going to hate me after I post this video. You guys are going to hate my ass, and that's okay. That is completely okay, because listen, I got to walk outside, go to work in the next couple of days. I have to show this head anyway. Go ahead and make fun of it while you can. The hair is going to grow back. It is going to be a thick afro. It's going to be up to here. It's going to be up to here. I will say in a year and a half, it'll be up to there. It was already up to there in less than a year anyway. Because I shaved it in the previous December, not this one. Well, I did do it this one today. I did it today. The previous December in 2018 did the same thing. Did the exact same thing. I had to start over. Just needed to start. I had a different reason then. But, actually, the reasons are about the same, but this had two reasons. This year, it had two reasons. Not only did it make sense to start over, because I needed to deal with it better. But at the same time, person, I needed to make this statement. I need to make this statement. Y'all need to learn to love yourselves and stop trying to beg for validation everywhere you think you can get it. If they don't love you, they don't love you. You want to know why they don't love you? Because you don't love you. You don't love you. You look in the mirror, you hate what you see. You hate what you see. I looked in the mirror when I did this, I started cracking up. That's what self-confidence is. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be. I got to walk outside with this. And I'm not upset. I am not upset. I am not upset at all. I made that choice. Just like you made a choice to wear whatever you want to wear. But because people bash you for it, you know, tell you smell funny because you don't wash it or whatever that is that you're doing, that's your fault. You made those choices. You made those choices. Somebody could do what you do it better with their own, whatever it is they got growing out of their scalp, that's theirs. That's theirs. And you're putting somebody else's stuff on. Don't wash it for about 6 months from what I hear. And from what I've heard and seen, mildew builds up in there. Mildew, mold. You know what mold likes? It likes water. And what are people made up of? They're made up of water. So when they need to perspire, all that water comes out. Salt, all that stuff comes out of your pores. You got to take better care of you. Worry about you. Honor you. And don't worry about what anybody else has to say. Take better care of you. That's what you need to do. If you worry about what you got in front of you, nobody else can say anything about it. Because what you're doing is being you. If you know how to be you, and if you understand your interior, because a lot of y'all lack it, no offense. You don't have an interior. You know, talking to some of you people, it's like talking to a dog. Y'all all have the same rhetoric. Y'all think the same. No, I don't mean any offense by it, but, you know, you can't teach people anything. You know, I'm not able to have a, you know, proper discussion with a lot of you. You're always crying about stuff, complaining about this or that. You're complaining about what a particular nation is not doing for you. Well, it all starts with what you're not doing for you. Research. But that's another topic. I could get into that as another topic. Cultural appropriation, for once again, it does not exist. It doesn't exist. It's not real. What you're doing, if you're borrowing from somebody else or, you know, wearing their stuff, you're a part of their culture, you have to assimilate and all that stuff, it's a sign of trust. It lets them know you're one of theirs. I don't know. You got different races of people in the military. You got Asians, blacks, whites, Puerto Ricans. They're fighting for the same thing. Protecting here. They want to protect here. They want to protect here, no matter how bad the history is with this country. You know, the idea is protection. You got to think about the stuff you're saying before you say it. You really do. Y'all are just upset because you need attention. You're not getting it. You're rude to others. You treat each other like shit. You treat people like absolute shit. The interesting thing is you go into some customer service places, and what happens is all you got to do is ask one question. The first thing the person does is get wild out. She's just wild and out. Upset. Why are you asking that question? What do you think? This, blah, 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 whatever the person could think to say. So and it's not everybody. I'm not saying it's everybody, but some of the stuff this man is saying is pretty true. I've experienced it. Other people have experienced it. And sometimes you have to ask, for what? Did I do anything to this person? But I can understand. I understand if you don't see it as much and you just had a shitty day. We would respect that. But since it's highly prevalent, can't even talk today, sorry. Because it's highly prevalent, I think people have just got tired, sick and tired, and said, enough is just enough. Enough is enough. Now you're crying about somebody else wearing a style that you think is yours. They're wearing a style that you think is yours. Braids. My thing is, if you're able to style it that way, there's no such thing as a black hairstyle. Oh, here's another thing I want to say. I even spoke to a good friend of mine about this. You can't behave like sunscreen. Say, oh, y'all ain't black. I remember the stuff they used to say to me back in childhood. I was like, what, 13 or 14 at the time. 15-year-old, she believes that because she was a 15-year-old, she was a true teenager. This is the stupid shit she said to me. She said, you ain't Nigga. I'm not saying the actual word because I think it's stupid to say it. I'm not going to say the actual, I'm just going to spell it out. That's what she said. So I think back on that and I say, she technically said that she's inferior to myself. That's what you're saying. When you tell somebody that, you're basically saying that you're inferior to them. That's what you just said. I don't know if you people understand it, but when you say stuff like that, you're basically calling yourselves inferior. You're not giving yourself a pat on the back for anything good. You're not. You're giving yourself a pat on the back for being labeled a title that's self-denigrating. That's what it is. I remember they used to say that to me. I'm thinking, what kind of shit is that to say to somebody? I'm thinking, okay, does this mean I'm kicked out of the group? Does this mean I'm kicked out of the group? Some people, they get initiations into things. And the funny thing about being a part of the brownie community, all you have to do is be called the N-word. That's how you get initiated and call each other that. I don't. Never occurred to me that is something that you're supposed to do. Because then again, they didn't talk like that in our household. My grandma, she didn't raise us to talk like that. She may have said stuff like that because she was upset. She was upset at some people, but she didn't raise us to talk like that. She didn't raise us to talk like that. And I think the times when I was with my mom, I don't think mom even talked like that. Dad doesn't talk like that. He probably does when he's not around me, but I don't hear him talking like that. I do not hear. My little sister, she doesn't talk like that. My younger brother, he doesn't talk like that. They don't talk like that. We don't talk. We're not interested in talking like that. There's a better way to conduct yourself. We weren't raised that way. And we didn't even all live in the same household, but we all turned out as decent humans. I think it's about high time that you became a decent human. It's your turn to be a decent human. You want validation. It comes from being nice, but they want to tell you that nice guys finish last. But the irony is, even if they are last, it came a long way. It comes a long way. Just look at certain YouTubers. I'll give you an example. There's a guy named The Rad Brad. So he's a video gamer. So I remember I watched him back in 2011, 2012. I think it was like in the 100,000s or 10 some thousands. Here he is, 2019. He's at 10 million, probably pushing 11 million subscribers. And he's the same nicest guy after 7-8 years. So you're probably thinking, oh, it took him forever to be that great. Technically, he was a nice guy that finished last, but he came a long way. He came a long way. You want your instant gratification of validation. That's not going to get you anywhere. Because down the road, as time goes on, you're going to be missing something. You're going to be missing something. You're going to be questioning yourselves. Are we just empty shells? Well, some of you are. Some of you are. You're gonna be looking back on the time that somebody said something to you. You don't have substance. This is why when you complain about the dumbest shit possible. Skin color. They used to complain about, oh, you ain't dark enough, so guess what? Your granddaddy must be white. I remember they used to say that shit. Elementary school, middle school, high school. I'm thinking, how you still talking like this in high school? Don't you have a college you got to worry about? You worried about sunscreen in high school? It's sunscreen. It's sunscreen. It protects you from the sun. Oh, fast fact. If the ozone layer died, everybody would burn up. So fuck the idea of sunscreen then. No, seriously. I mean, not really fuck the idea of it, but just get rid of the ozone layer. Plants will die. Plants will die. Let's say your ass is still screaming after the ozone layer disappears. Then what, person? You can't eat plants. The other animals are dead. The water is boiling. The water is boiling. The air is hot as shit. People are burning up. They're suffering 3rd-degree burns. Talk to me about that sunscreen again. Talk to me about it again. Seriously, this is just a rant. This is a long coming rant. I have rants like this with other black people. And they agree. They agree. They agree. All shades, every single shade that I've spoken to, they agree. But it's not about the shade. I just find it ironic that some have sense and the other ones don't. Why is that? Why is that? But because shade is important, we got to make sure that somebody with a particular complexion feels good about themselves. So we have to make sure we get shat on by them, because their life is miserable. If you ever saw that film Precious, you saw when she was looking in the mirror, what did she see? I don't need to say it, but anybody of you that saw that, what did she see when she looked in the mirror? That's you guys' problem. That's you guys' problem, dude. That's the message I wanted to get out there. That is you guys' problem. They gonna say, oh, well, how you gonna fix it? Who said I need to fix it? That's your job. That's your job. All I need to do is stick the keys in, open the door, and make you see what's inside yourself. Nothing clean, nothing good, nothing valuable, nothing but hate, especially self-hate. I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this video. That's okay. I can get the flack for the video. I just want y'all to learn to love yourselves. And don't hate me because I don't look like you. Stop hating me because I don't look like. Some people do. They still do it. And you got it from your parents. So that means people 50 years old, I got to listen to their shit. I have to listen to a 30-year-old shit. People my age's shit. People younger than me's shit. I got to listen to that because I'm fucking outside. That's what happens when we have to deal with society. We're outside. I have to listen to their garbage. It's feces. Excrements. When you speak, it's like the situation that happens before you flush the toilet. Toilet talk. That's all it is. That's all it is toilet rhetoric. Your rhetoric is no good. You had the same rhetoric for, I don't know, since before the 70s or during the 70s, 80s, whatever, from what I hear. And the rhetoric is the same in 2019. When does the rhetoric ever change? When does the rhetoric ever change? When do you learn to love yourselves? When do you learn to stop asking other races of people to value you? When do you ever stop doing that? You want to measure up so bad, but you want to tear others down so hard. Why? Why? Shut up, phone. Who is that? Hey, whoever it is, they need to shut up. I don't know the number. But God damn, I hate that noise. I'm gonna try to turn this thing off. It's obnoxious. I don't know who that is. My favorite part is when they say private caller. Well, if you're private, guess what? Me too. Me too, dude. You're private? Me too. Oh, we just don't want spam calls and blah, 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 blah. Oh, we're just digressing randomly for about a couple of seconds. We'll get back on topic. Oh, I don't want you spamming us or anything like that, blah, 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 with all these freaking calls, blah, 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 blah. And then they'll call you 100 times because, I don't know, they want to be of service or something. I don't know. It's kind of hard to be of service in your private. Very difficult. Private numbers, very difficult. You need me, but I don't give a fuck about you, whoever you are. That's the funny part. Anyway, back to the topic. Learn to love yourselves. When you were born, what happened? You saw what you saw through your eyes. That was your eyesight. You experienced your eyesight. Don't let what happened to you at 6 years old and everything afterwards dictate how you should go about your eyesight. Don't let them dictate that about how you should go about your eyesight. That is your eyesight. That is your eyesight. That is your skin. Only you could wear that skin, person. So you better love yourself in that skin. That was your eyesight when you were born. Those are your textures when you were born. When your parents were cradling you, holding you, that was nurture for you when you were born. Now it's your turn to nurture yourself. Nurture yourself. And stop asking everybody else to kiss your ass. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. If you think you're special, you got to have something to show for it. Blueprints. Innovate. Do something spectacular. That's where your validation comes from. Not from having looks, not from wearing that retarded ass makeup. You put all that pink shit on all over you, looking like a bunch of clowns. I mean, no disrespect, but at the same time, I have to say it. You can't wear that shit thinking somebody's going to tell you that you look good. You know what the funny part is? Many of you look good without it. So why are you wearing it? I remember I told people even in high school, you look good without that. Why you put it on? Oh, I'm just putting it on for me. No, you're trying to show off to me. You're probably trying to show off to me. I'll say something. I will definitely say so. I'll say you look, well, actually, no, I'll say you look better without it. I'm not going to lie, sugarcoat, and say you look good. No, you look way better without that stuff. They'll say thank you. And then they keep putting that shit on. Why? It's shit. It's powder. It's powder. You're born without the powder. You're born without the powder. And I've heard some of these people that have such bad addictions to this stuff, they're spending $90 a week on this shit. But I bet you the food bill is about $200 a week. It could be. It could be. If you happen to eat a lot, don't you think that extra $90 would have gone to that? But wait, you probably need to slim down too. Probably focus on a better diet and all that stuff. Probably what you need to do also. But I don't want to talk about that, because then we would get on the topic about people fighting in McDonald's and all that shit. That's another thing. You hate yourself so bad you're fighting in McDonald's. That's another topic. I don't want to get on that topic. I don't want to get on that. But please love yourselves, honor yourselves. You are all that you have. It will get to a point where if you did it this hard, you'll go extinct, and the only thing you'll ever be remembered for was being pathetic, self-hating, pitiful, wretched souls. Meaningless souls. Is that what you want them engraving onto your stones as a community? Let's say they have a community graveyard. Would you like that being written on your stones, headstones, as a community? Worthless, wretched, reprobates, absolute reprobates, nothing but degenerates. Is that what you want them to say? I most certainly would not want that on there. I would like to see, it's funny how a long time ago they had achievements, but today y'all not trying to do that. Y'all are not trying to do that at all. No offense. Not trying to offend. We have to state the facts. The facts are you're not trying to do that at all. If it hurts you, I'm sorry, but at the same time, not sorry. I'm sorry, but not sorry. Gotta say it. Somebody has to tell you. It's supposed to hurt. It's like going to the gym, lifting muscles. You want to know why your muscles are hurt? Because they're small. You're doing some work. Now treat this as an exercise. It's a mental exercise. Take it in. Swallow it down like pills, like multivitamins. I'm giving you a dose of multivitamin. Watch this video 1 billion times if you have to. You want them writing on your headstones that you meant nothing? They're already saying that, person. They're already saying that. It's not everybody. It's certain people that, there's a term called schadenfreude. I don't even know if I said that correctly. That's what they partake in. They love watching other people fall to their knees, die, beg, waste time in church when the most churches don't give a shit to help you. A lot of those churches are jokes. They're jokes. Nothing but jokes. They're in it for themselves. They don't care about you. They're using your suffering as a crutch for themselves. They can lean on you knowing they can get taller. You're at the basal level. Why do you think they call it bottom of the barrel? You're at the basal level. You're at the bottom of the pyramid. The top of the pyramid is pretty much whoever put that whole thing in motion. Everybody's got an idea of who that was. Well, honestly, it was everybody that took part in that when it all started. But that is also another topic. I just wanted to say, please love yourselves. Just love yourselves. When you love yourselves, you stop hating me. You stop hating other people. You stop hating Tommy Sotomayor. You stop hating people like him. He's only doing that because he wants to see you do better. Here's the thing about you think he hates you. Well, here's the irony about hate. If he didn't care about you, it would just be called apathy. So if you hate, it's because you care. But I don't think he even hates you. He just can't stand you. He can't stand you at all. He cannot stand you at all. He cannot stand you at all. I can go on and 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 on. And what would your descendants say? You got some kids that come out of a particular community. They say, I don't want to associate with them anymore. I have a better way I want to be. I don't want to believe that destiny is put in somebody else's hands because they look different and they think that they know the ways of the world and how things should be. Destiny should be mine. My destiny should be mine. That's what a lot of people are growing up to say. Y'all don't know how to talk like that. Why? You're not stubborn. Listen, you are stubborn, but you're stubborn for the dumbest reasons. You're not stubborn for the right reasons. Why? You gotta be stubborn for, I'm going to make sure I take care of me and those around me that care to do better. Now that is what you call a community. If anything, if y'all work together, you could call that a council if you want to. But I don't think we'd ever get there anytime soon. It's a shame we got to say that. I don't think we'd ever. I have to worry about me first anyhow. Got to worry about me anyhow. And that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. I have a lot of people saying, you know, Tina, you got to worry about you anyway. They don't give a shit about themselves. They just want attention. I guess you guys would die trying to get attention. That's all they're going to write on your tombstones. A whole line of headstones. All they did was beg for attention. That's all they know how to do is beg for love. Wondering why other groups of people don't love them. Love yourself first. Would you like me to answer that question? It's because you don't like you. They don't like you because you don't like you. You're too busy trying to be like them. So that sends signals to them saying, oh, so they don't think that they look good. Well, I guess we shouldn't like them either. You're teaching them how to treat you. That's what it is. You don't like you. You don't like you, person. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. I'm going to end the video right here. Take that home. Take that message home. If you're driving and for whatever reason you're watching YouTube videos at the same, you just happen to see this, let other people see it. Talk about it. Whatever. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you decide to hate my ass, okay? I don't care if you decide to do that. Learn something from this. You're never going to be remembered for anything wonderful if you continue to hate each other and yourself. But of course, they're going to yell at me and say, you got to understand what this country has done. What did the country do today? Did the country do anything today? Today is December 10th. It is now 1:19 in the afternoon. What did they do at 1:19 in the afternoon of 12/10/2019? That's what I like to know. What are they doing today? Nothing, right? So what does that mean you can do today? Find an opportunity. Is that not correct? Have a craft. What are you good at? Are you good at art? Are you good at storytelling? Do you think you could get into science? Do you think you could do anything? Who's telling you can't do anything? Today, December 10th, 2019, it is now 1:20 p.m. This day is close to halfway done. What are they telling you, person? That's what I'd like to know. What are they saying to you today? All that back in the past bullshit. Don't you ever get tired of talking about history? The only time you talk about history is when you want to remind people, remember, there was a time when we did this. Look at the situation now. We're about to do something that looks like then. Unless you have a situation where you need to talk about, there's really no need to talk about it. And the funny thing is, all through elementary school, all through middle school, and even through high school, we were just learning the same shit over and over again because they didn't have anything else to teach. I'm thinking, we're in African American history class, and all we got to do is relearn the same fucking biographies every year. We're not learning shit in these schools. You know, that's what I said back then. We're not learning shit in that class. We're not learning the fucking thing there. I'm sorry, we're not learning anything. You're not learning anything. And that's another problem with the people today. You're not learning anything in these schools, and the only thing you know how to do is seek attention. They tell you that they're preparing you for the job market when they really aren't. A lot of people are in these jobs that they hate, and then sometimes you can't get the job because they care about who you know. It's not what you know, it's who you know. So that's another problem. But wait, that's another topic. That's another topic. That's another topic. I may not ever get into that, but you know, if somebody asks, if somebody were to ever ask, maybe, just maybe. I don't see anything wrong with talking about that. So you have a wonderful day, okay? You have a wonderful day.